We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. And off we go from Denver. Take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 58 yards, and a score.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Logan Cook to punt for Jacksonville. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver. Call it a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
Right back to Dobbins on first. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
2nd and 10 at their 48-yard line.
Here's Nix. And he hits him in stride. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Broncos first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On play action, here's Nix. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and
Nix looking to throw again. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
That's good for Broncos.
They'll go play action with Nix. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Eric Armstead. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Nix to the air. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Nix. this is going to be incomplete.
They converted twice on third down that drive already, but couldn't make it a third. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, but it'll be second down. When you look at this Bronco defense, this unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Lawrence. That's complete. It's Brian Thomas. And he's not quite going to get to the marker. It'll be a gain of 8 on 3rd and 10. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. The Broncos offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. And he's been one of the most consistent pieces of their offense all year long, no doubt. Shouldn't be much of a surprise then to see him among the league leaders in rushing here late in the season. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. The rushing totals for Dobbins last week: 18 carries, 83 yards, and a touchdown.
He's really been somewhat special to watch this season and brings a really unique element to their offense. Even the defense is focusing on him all year, he still sits 4th in the league in yardage. Hard to come up with an answer for a back playing as well as he has been. They've got their work cut out for them in this one as he chases another big week.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Dobbins running right. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Broncos at 9-5 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Set back at the 38. Eric Armstead. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
For the Broncos field goal, a 53-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will make it 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Looking to put a drive together. Now Lawrence to throw. And Thomas has it. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Now Lawrence. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. We can look at this Bronco defense. This unit, they struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
With the lack of pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's the conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
And the Jaguars first down. It's a gain of 6. First down, Jaguars.
Again, it's Lawrence. Drops it underneath for Tootin. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
They go play action now. Lawrence. Thomas brings it in. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 29-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts a hand on him, and they pick up a first down.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 10 more there and another first down.
First down. It's a gain of 10. First down, Jacksonville.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Quick hitch, complete. It's Hunter. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
10 more yards. Complete to Travis Hunter. 10 yards.
Here's Allen. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. LaQuint Allen, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are an extra point away now from moving out in front. Well, solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And Denver getting set to take the field. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
He'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. And he's got it, and it's a fumble. And the Jags grab it. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They've got the ball in a great spot here, already inside the red zone following that fumble recovery. Now Allen. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming. Here's Lawrence. Open man is Myers. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. In motion to tight end. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And he is caught. And the Jaguars are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And the Jaguars 1st down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
He kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up 2nd down and a bit farther.
Throw right side, pulled in by Hunter. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and goal.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force them into a field goal attempt.
Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. From 28 yards out. And his kick is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Denver's offense ready to go again. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
Now a 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
To throw is Nix. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
A fake on the jet sweep and a give to Dobbins. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. This is 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
A gain of 10 yards.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. A give, Dobbins trying the right side. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
To throw, here's Nix. He'll swing this out to Harvey. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 29-yard line.
A gain of 10 yards. That's another Broncos 1st down.
Working out of the gun is Nix. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Now Lutz for the field goal try. from the right hash. It's a 46-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Jaguars offense ready to set up shop here again. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
At the 23-yard line.
Now Lawrence. He gets it to Thomas. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 6.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's good for a Jaguars first down. It's a gain
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. From the 48-yard line, here's second and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Lawrence will throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. The offense on third down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Jaguars first down. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Jaguars.
The one thing I have learned about this league, more and more, you've got to take some chances. You know, if you play everything conservatively and play everything exactly like, okay, I know what to do in each situation, I don't think you're going to get very far. I love the call there, going for it, even on his own side of the field.
Yeah, and even though you're on your own side of the field, they were creeping towards midfield, so not as crazy as if they were back at their own 20.
Showed a little faith in the defense too, right?
Yep. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down.
That's another Jaguars first down. First and 10 at the
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? When you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. Over the middle, complete. That's Myers. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd.
Lawrence on the sneak. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first.
It's a gain of 2.
2 yards is the pickup. And the Jaguars are going to have a first and goal.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, but instead a handoff up the middle. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Lawrence Throw left side complete. That's Hunter. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Here we go on 4th down. And he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Bronco defense comes up big. So that's the second time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually, you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go. You think you're going to be successful? Not so far in this game.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Throwing Nix. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Nix to the air. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
The Broncos send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. From the shotgun, Lawrence. That one out wide and intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Denver's offense now set to go. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
At the 42-yard line.
Here's Nix. Got a man and he hits him in stride. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. A short throw to Ingram. From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
Back to the air with Nix.
The Jaguars 44-yard line.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 23. Now it's Nix. A quick throw, but incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Incomplete. Makes it 2nd and 10.
Back to throw again. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. That one too wide and incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Evan Ingram in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. So that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up some clock and wind up scoring late in this first half.
And remember, they've got a chance to double dip here because they're going to get the ball first to start the third quarter. So they potentially could go up 2 scores before the other guys get a chance to do anything.
What's good on the extra point? And that'll make this a 6-point game.
Jaguars 10.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with Lawrence's arm, they may give him a shot to let this thing rip downfield. We'll see. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hanson. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Final 3 weeks of the season are already upon us, and I'll come out and say it. It's when playoff teams become also-rans, and also-rans become playoff teams. Let's dive in. Our trip around the NFL starts now. We begin at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. The Titans at home to take on the reigning AFC champs, the Kansas City Chiefs. And it's Cooper Kupp. He was absolutely electric. This, one of 3 touchdown grabs for him in the game. With that, time for a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Things getting interesting now as the regular season starts to wind down. Meanwhile, in our game, it was a competitive, hard-hitting first half. We expect more of the same going forward as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. Oh, a good return up past the 30. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
So that flag will set him back 5 yards.
Still first down.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Offense.
Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards.
Still first down.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5.
Still first down.
Looking to throw. Nix. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins.
Complete to J.K. Dobbins. A gain of 12 brings up second down at the 27-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Nix targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
On play action, Lawrence. And his throw is incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Play action. It's Lawrence. Open man is Myers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's another Jaguars first down.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Jaguars.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
They go play action now. Lawrence. That is caught by Hunter. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
4 yards. And the Jaguars first down.
Now a carry for Allen. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, a 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And the Jaguars first down.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
He was brought down.
Ball at the 8 here for 2nd and a yard. Maybe a touch less.
2nd and a yard.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Jakobi Meyers, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from capturing the lead. Well, they were down 6 at intermission, but they quickly erased that deficit, and Charles, now they've got a chance to take the lead.
And while being down 6 points, obviously not an insurmountable lead, tying a game up, that just relaxes a whole team, doesn't it? And now when you add the extra point and you go up, you really feel good about what you've accomplished.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will put them on top here in the third. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 47 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
At the 48-yard line.
To throw is Nix. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked up by Foyesade and Lukin. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10. On their side of midfield at the 47. Off of play action, he'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Here's Lawrence. And Thomas has it. Pushing his way through. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 35.
And the Jaguars 1st down. It's a gain of 35. 1st down, Jaguars.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
At the 16-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Lawrence. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. In motion goes the tight end. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Hunter, a 16-yard touchdown. And they are able to add on to their advantage. And on this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs for different routes and be precise in your cuts.
His extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 8.
24. Broncos
5 plays there on that drive. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And bulldozing his way through. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. To throw, here's Nix. A short throw to Ingram. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 2nd and 5.
22-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Nix from the shotgun. He targets Ingram from underground. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And Dobbins, he is not going to get there. They stop him short of the line to gain. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Jaguars offense and Trevor Lawrence getting set for this next drive. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Good for a Jaguars 1st down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The tight end in motion right. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And space tough to come by there as they'll get maybe a yard to the 37. So from the 37, here's a 2nd down and 9.
2nd and 9.
Now Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
A gain of 12 yards. And the Jaguars.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. They work now on 2nd and 9. From midfield now, Lawrence. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Nick Bonito coming in there to record the sack. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait until the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. Yeah. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for now. 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
The Broncos are about set to go on offense. And they'll start with great field position, trying to get back into this one. It's 1st and 10 here. Going right side here, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The good pick up there of 20 yards.
17-yard line.
One quarter remains here in Week 16. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. Throwing Nix. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Eric Armstead in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Nix to the air. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. That's to his running back, complete. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the air.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Jaguars offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes the right read seemingly every time. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver there, Allen, and now it's second down. Lawrence will throw. A short throw there to Strange. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down. Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Punt. The return goes for 8. And out will come the offense as they take over. So the Broncos coming out now. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Devon Hamilton with the tackle.
And 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here's second and 10. Here's Nix. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
The Broncos on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Nix. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. The Broncos send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 47 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
For a Jaguars 1st down.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line.
Now Lawrence. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And the Jaguars 1st down. It's a gain of 25 yards. And the Jaguars.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being concerned. Oh, no, he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. And Denver getting set to take the field. And at this stage, in the 4th, they need to work this into the end zone. A field goal doesn't do much. We'll see if they can cash in following the fumble recovery. A short throw to Ingram. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Good for a Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Working out of the gun is Nix. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 20.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. J.K. Dobbins. That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Broncos have taken a 4th quarter lead. A late turnover is so often the difference in a ball game, and here the turnover leads to the go-ahead touchdown.
So repeat after me, partner. You have to take care of the football.
And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they up their lead to 3.
27. Jaguars 24.
So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Lawrence
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
Brandon Jones on the coverage.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. Open man, it's Hunter.
Lawrence's pass.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd.
Now Lawrence to throw. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks. Pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
A Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. The Broncos offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now a fake on a jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 29-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And some room to run now. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
The 11-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. 3rd and 3.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making a play.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, they come through with 3 after forcing the turnover. But CD's second half, you're starting inside the red zone. Obviously, they would have liked 6 out of that.
Absolutely, because that's all you're thinking is how do you get it into the end zone? You want the field goal to be the last resort. In this case, they gave it a great try, but did have to settle for 3.
And coming out now, the Broncos. Well, the bad news, they had the turnover last time. The good news, their defense only surrendered 3. So now we are set up for a great finish, all tied here in the 4th. They'll get this to the 24, and it's 2nd down. From the 24 now, here's 2nd down at 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Another run here with Dobbins. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 80 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And down he goes just beyond the 35. And that pretty move got him some extra space to run. Now 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6.
All tied up. Less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Nick's going to keep this himself. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Here's 1st down.
13 yards on the play. And the Broncos 1st down.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 44-yard line.
2nd and 5. Nick's going to keep this himself. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 23. Now the defense is going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
At the 23-yard line.
Now a handoff for Dobbins. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
It's 3rd and
Now, what's
7.
the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
For the Broncos field goal. A 36-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Defense.
Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, actually, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious. This is 1st and 10. Lawrence. Pass complete. Thomas. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here 1st down. Here's 2nd down. Throwing now, Lawrence. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Here's Lawrence. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow an assignment and give up the big 1st down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And the Jaguars 1st down.
And they are able to spike it, cutting it close, but 2 seconds left on the clock. A final shot now for Lawrence. This for all the marbles. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, they got the tip they were looking for, but couldn't secure it. And this one's over. What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for Denver, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars,